Warning, this show has outdated attitudes, language, and views which may cause offense today. If you don't like it, suck it. Valhalla, what is your profession? Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing out there today? I'm your host, Stone Logan. With me today is the one, the only, the starry of stars, starry-eyed girl. Good morning, starry-eyed girl.
Good morning, Loki. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
It is one heck of a morning today, folks.
Mm-hmm.
We had a huge live stream on Saturday. Thank you all for showing up. If you were there, thank you so very much. It was insane. Over 10,000 views and shit. Right now we'd be at over 15 if they hadn't cut off the video all night long. They cut it off all night long and then into like 4 o'clock on Sunday. I was so pissed.
Oh,
For a 45-second like preview of Deathstroke Knights and Dragons.
oh. It's ridiculous.
That they put
10,000 views, though. That's amazing.
10,000 viewers. And they released the video. The video's back up, guys. They put it back up. They, I told them, I said, hey, we're promoting you. We're giving you free press. Come on. What are you doing? And they were like, yeah, you know what, Loki, you're right. You're giving us free press. You're talking about DC Comics, whether it's good or bad. And they decided to release the video without the clip, without the 45-second clip of Knights and Dragons. So I've got a contest winner to announce. We decided to give a premium tee to one of the panelists that showed up on Saturday. And that panelist is in the chat today. Project Storytime. Josh and Rebecca Momini, I am going to send you a premium tee from the Glorious Fleeting Except in Valhalla line, the brand new one we just came out with. So you guys will be getting that in the mail soon. Congratulations, Josh and Rebecca. Thank you everybody so much for all the help. Purple Valkyrie helped moderate. It was absolutely insane. Saturday was nuts. Loriana Creel was there. Josh and Rebecca was there. Shellback TJC was there. Clobbering Times, Heiress of Chaos, Mark the Infinitely Tired. We had so many. Mexican Iron Man, 24/7 Fusion Media. We had so many great people there. Mads Mama Bear was there. We had so many awesome people show up and help out and hang out on the panel. Paulie from Latino Slant hopped on and was on there for a while. It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. Big thank you to Steven Seagal 8, Ryan Johnson. Oh, wait, 8 fought, killed. I don't know.
He did something to him.
Yeah, one of the Steven Seagals, Fat Steven Seagal, 8 Ryan Johnson or Alex Kurtzman, or I don't remember. Anyway, and good morning, Fenrir of Fire, Adega Outlaw, Samantha, Joe, and Purple Lady. The Valkyries are here. Chris Persia, guys. If you see in chat, Chris Persia does have a wrench. You're not seeing.
Yes.
Thank you, not sick on Monday. Thank you so much for hopping in, Chris. Thank you, brother, very much. Mountains of Elysium, good morning. Project Storytime, good morning. Colin P. Smith, Yodam Darkstar, Vegas Sin 333. And another announcement. Anybody waiting on mugs, they have been ordered. So I know that Mark the Infinitely Tired has got a mug coming his way. Yodam Darkstar has a mug coming his way. Mr. CCDV has a mug coming their way. Thank you so very much, guys, for being a part of the Patreon. If you want to join the Patreon and get a free mug, join that top tier. The link is in the description of this stream. Valhalla welcomes you with open arms. And I've got one last little tidbit that nobody knows about yet before we get going here this morning and talk a little Freddie Mercury and some other stories that are going on. I just got notification this morning from YouTube that I can activate channel memberships. Would you guys like to have channel memberships on the show? Would you like to have the like custom Loki emojis and all that?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
Like, yeah.
I'm just deciding.
Oh, God. I will work it out and figure it out. I didn't think I'd be able to get that yet. I was like, don't you have to be like 10,000 subscribers or something before you can unlock channel membership? Nope, it's unlocked.
Wow. Brilliant.
So I'll work on that today, and hopefully tomorrow morning we will have that up. Samantha Joe, yes,
Sammy. We could have a lot of fun with the personalized emojis, especially with Mexican Eye Man.
Yeah. Oh man, Federer fired. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Everyone wants the wolf emoji. Yeah, I'll have a couple of those. The wolf dragons.
Yes.
Yeah, the Fenrir Yggdrasil wolf dragons. I will get those set up. So man, we planned this. Me and Starry planned this. Was it early last week?
Mm-hmm.
And I have to admit, guys, I was so overwhelmed from the weekend that I forgot she was coming on.
It did until about 5 minutes ago. That's why I was giggling.
And Starry's like, did I misunderstand? Did I think that I was coming on next week? And I'm like, no, it's me. The weekend was so
your brain is scrambled.
Oh, man. And Federer Fire with a $5 super chat. Thank you so very much, brother. You guys keep the lights burning bright in Valhalla. And do you want to do a skull with me, Starry?
I would love to, yes.
Do a skull. 1, 2, 3. Skull!
There it is! It's you! Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I still never get tired of that. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill. I'm working on a couple more. Mm-hmm. I've got to have a Jack Burton one.
Oh yeah,
that'd be cool. On Little China. So Freddie Mercury. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about your love of Freddie Mercury.
Oh gosh, I don't know where to start. Yeah, probably I've been really into him since I was, I don't know, probably about 4 years old. My mum and dad are both huge Queen fans and Freddie Mercury fans, and I just Chris Persia's derailing me. Yeah, I just grew up listening to his voice and listening to his songs. I remember his death. I was 6 or 7 years old. I remember it being on the news and being heartbroken. I think that was the first time I'd ever been affected by something, on the news on that level. And yeah, I'm still into him now. And I just thought, it was his birthday it was on the 5th. Yes, exactly, Chef. I just thought, oh, I know Loki loves Queen. After we'd been on the Highlander stream, and I thought, let's just have a good old geek out about Freddie Mercury and Queen for an hour, because that's just a brilliant way to set up the week, really.
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember I didn't know who they were when I watched Highlander for the first time, because I was so little when I saw that, and I didn't even remember the name of the movie later. I talked about this a little bit when we did the movie watch party. I didn't even remember the name of the movie. I had to like go to my dad and be like, "What's the movie with the magic swords?" Magic swords, yeah. What's it like? Flash, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, they were at the beginning of the movie, they were in some garage and they were fighting, and the guy like chops the other dude. Oh, Highlander. Yeah. I think that was the first time I ever heard Queen. My parents weren't a fan of Queen, but I loved Flash Gordon. I loved Highlander. So when I started looking at more and more music, and I remember going to the theater to see Wayne's World. And I see a little silhouette of a man. And I went nuts. I was like, yes, gotta do the fandango. Like head banging in the car, and I'm head banging in the movie theater. And there's so many wonderful movies they were in, so many wonderful albums that they did. And Freddie was nuts. Freddie was absolutely nuts. And the teeth, the Freddie Mercury teeth are like legendary.
Yeah.
You see Freddie smile and you're like, holy shit. No wonder he can sing so well. He's got like a tuning fork right up front. I love it.
But somehow it just worked. It really made, you could see it on his face and, his profile. He's a really handsome man. But yeah, I remember, Mr. Hyde. A lot of people did. I mean, he's an international treasure. But he was, he was a national treasure. And there was a lot of tabloid interest, because obviously it came out, I think a few months before that, he was ill, he'd got AIDS, and one of his last appearances, you could tell he looked really ill, and the tabloids in this country, they're absolutely disgusting, and they bombarded his house all the time, trying to get a glimpse of him, people seeing it, and that when he died, they were there outside when the band members and the family and friends came to see him, and and it all kind of played out on the news and in the papers. It was really horrible. I mean, I didn't really understand it at the time, but looking back, it was so intrusive. I mean, they're still bad now, but I don't know, it seemed even worse back in the 80s and the 90s. They were really, really intrusive and nasty, and they wouldn't leave the poor man alone.
No, and Derek McManus, when I went to see the recent movie, most of the audience were too young to have seen Queen the first time around. Yeah. I'm in that category, because obviously I was only a child. But I just grew up. I mean, my dad had the records. He'd been to see him in concerts. So I just grew up listening to the records and looking at all the LPs and learning all the words. So yeah, I was just really good memories of my childhood being with my dad and just playing Queen records. Other records as well, but they were the ones that really spoke to me, because a lot of the early stuff was kind of like fantasy based, like Led Zeppelin. So there was a lot of there's like Queen 2 and Sheer Heart Attack. There's a lot of quite fantasy based fairies and ogres and black queens and white queens. I just loved it all. And Roger Taylor screaming. He did a lot of screaming. But yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody, I just knew it as like this silly song. I just thought it was really funny to sing. And then I didn't realise how important it was, till I was older, and how many records it broke. But I came across it
when they re-released it when Freddie died, because obviously it tied in to Wayne's World. That I was not old enough to see at the time, but they'd play the clip in the car. So yeah, everybody knew the clip, and we used to pretend to headbang as well. And I just thought it was really cool, like this funny song that I know that I used to like to sing was suddenly number one, and then this film. But yeah, it was a few years until I got to see Wayne's World. But I remember badgering my dad to go and see. He's like, "No, you're not old enough. You have to wait." I'm like, "Well, can we rent it when it comes out?" And we rented it a few months later. But I had to watch it, obviously, with my parents.
Wayne's World wasn't that bad, was it?
I can't remember. Well, I was only I was 6 though. It probably wasn't too bad, but yeah, I was still really. And to be fair, most of it went over my head anyway. But I just thought they were these real 2 funny dudes, playing music.
And Mr. Hyde Loki story, I was lucky to get to see their final concert, A Kind of Magic tour. That would have been so epic.
Wow. Oh, yeah. It was a brilliant concert. I had the concert on video. But yeah, to have been there. I was going to see the surviving members with Adam Lambert this year. But obviously it got cancelled with the corona and everything.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I know it's not like the same, but just to be able to hear Brian May and Roger just playing live, I think it's something I need to experience.
Purple Valkyrie. Oh my Lord, my mind's not working yet this morning.
I
would have loved to have been able to see Queen live. Them and Elvis would be my 2 dream concerts to have experienced.
Oh yeah, it would have been fantastic.
Vegas, Purple. Vegas.
Yeah.
See Elvis
at Vegas. Yeah.
Trust me, he didn't die, Purple. He just went home.
Maybe Freddie's there with him.
Yeah. Freddie's up there with him, along with Jimi Hendrix, and all the rest of the greats. Johnny Cash is up there. Nobody wants to play with him because he's like, y'all don't play. Y'all didn't make your own music. I did.
Yeah, it'd be above the ball.
Keely Chow, Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, Princess of the Universe, Flash Gordon, and We Are the Champions are my favorite Queen songs.
Yeah, no arguments with that. Yeah, and it's amazing that just how many we still sing. That are becoming to the popular consciousness. Like We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. Every sporting event worldwide. It's one of them, stadium anthems.
And yeah, Colin P. Smith, Men in Black reference, Loki.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Everyone in the audience right now, look right here. This little thing right here. Yeah, I didn't make it. Oh crap. But they were iconic. They were iconic band, and there were people that did not want to use them. Could you imagine Highlander without Queen? Could you imagine that they were like, we're not sure. Excuse me?
Yeah,
we're not sure.
Yeah, we talked about this, didn't we, on the Highlander stream? Yeah, one of the early contenders was Sting.
Oh, no.
You just can't imagine it, can you?
No, it wouldn't be the same movie.
No.
It would not be the same movie. It just wouldn't. Mr. Hyde's podcast, Loki, I did a Queen appreciation stream on my channel. It was a blast. That is freaking awesome, Mr. Hyde. Could you imagine Wayne's World, The Flash, or Flash Gordon, Flash Gordon, Highlander without Queen? I can't imagine it.
They're inseparable. Yeah, they were just so perfect. Yes, that was really well.
I remember people bitching about that too. How are you going to use modern day rock music in a ancient fairy tale? I'm like, dude, it's perfect.
Yeah, and they used golden years as well, and that worked really well.
Yes.
in the dancing scene. I love that film.
So do I.
Oh,
Change Your Stars.
yes.
Oh, crap. Oh, Brian, Speaker for the Dead is here. Queen is one of the music groups that could have been the soundtrack to my life growing up in the 70s and the 80s. It definitely was mine.
Yeah.
Kurgan's theme song played over and over. Rewind it. Okay. Lying on the floor next to his own severed head. A head which at this time has no name. I know his name.
It was really weird for me because I listened to the music before I'd seen the film. Because obviously I wasn't old enough to watch Highlander. So I was listening to A Kind of Magic, to all these clips, and I was absolutely terrified because I was like, what does this voice mean? You know? And it was only like much later on that I was allowed. I think it was shown on broadcast TV, and I was allowed to stay up and watch it. And it just absolutely blew my mind. I'm like, oh, it all makes sense now. But again, it was just this weird voice in this song for many, many years. I just thought that's just what it's meant to be.
Yeah. And then you see him driving on the bridge in that scene. I know his name. And you're like, holy crap, it's the Kurgan. The Kurgan.
Oh, so badass.
Federer Fire says Square Enix almost put out a Highlander game on PS3, 360, and PC, but decided to can it. They did. I had $10 sitting on that game that I never got back.
Oh no, they should do it.
They didn't. They canned it. It looked really cool too. They had some really good. They had some really good preview stuff for it, and they just. I mean, could you imagine? A game where you're basically the Highlander. You're a Highlander out fighting the good fight. And you're a McLeod too, which would have been weird. That would have been like the third McLeod that became a Highlander. It didn't have Duncan or Connor in it. It was something else. Psycho Dorp 9 with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Psycho Dorp 9. Between Highlander, heavy metal, and Flash Gordon. Yes. Yes. Heavy metal, man. Oh, I love heavy metal. John Candy was in that uncredited. They never credited him. And we're going to give you a skull. We're going to give you a skull, Psycho Dorp 9. We'll throw you some Godzilla skulls. You ready, Starry?
I'm ready, yes.
Go!
Let's go!
Thank you so very much, Psycho Dwarf 9. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. Thank you. And Venom Empire says, dude, heavy metal was so good. Yes, it was.
What?
Yes, it was. I used to have the soundtrack to that and the was it 2000? Heavy Metal 2000. I love the soundtrack to that too. So many good movies with so many good soundtracks. I don't think Heavy Metal 2000 had any Queen in it though.
I don't remember it.
But that first movie, man, it was so good, so good. So we've got A Knight's Tale, of course. You've got Flash Gordon. You've got oh, my mind just went blank. No, you've got a whole movie of Queen now. You've got Bohemian Rhapsody now.
Yeah.
Have you seen Bohemian Rhapsody?
I have. I went to see it at the cinema, and I saw the sing-along version as well.
What did you think?
I really enjoyed it. Rami Malek wasn't my first choice because it was going to be Sacha Baron Cohen, wasn't it? It was going to be Freddie Mercury, and I think it'd have been a better looks-wise. I think he's a better fit, but I thought he did a decent job. I wasn't sure about the angle they were trying to go with the other guys. Pete, was it, who was influencing Freddie and take him away? I mean, it did. There were things that did happen behind the scenes, but I think that part was dramatized slightly much. But I mean, the stuff with Freddie and his loneliness, I mean, that was really apparent. So, I mean, a lot of his songs and on his solo album dealt with that. So, I do think that was true. and it was very much more Freddie's story, which I think it deserves to be. You know, he was the glue that held everything together. What did you think to it?
I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. I wasn't sure about Rami either until I actually saw him, and then I was like, "Holy
Yeah.
shit! They got it right, and they even
did.
got the teeth right.
Yes.
He preceded him. Holy shit!"
And the
I'm not
singing.
making fun of him. I'm just saying he looked a lot. I believe that was Freddie. I was like, "Holy shit! You can believe that's Freddie Mercury." And a $10 tip from Chef Zilla. Thank you so very much, Chef Zilla. And we're going to do it again, guys. Score!
There it is. Interview. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And Chef Zilla says, I need to watch Flash Gordon and Highlander again now. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You've got A Knight's Tale. You've got Revenge of the Nerds. You've got so many great movies that have Queen in them. We Are the Champions. We Will Rock You. They've got so many good songs to choose from that you're like, well, if we're going to use Queen, what do we do? What do we use? What do we use? They've got Bohemian Rhapsody. Obviously, they used Bohemian Rhapsody in a lot of different movies. Even the DC's recently released Suicide Squad, which was good, but it had good music, and I did like the cover. I did like the cover of the music they used in Suicide Squad. I just the movie wasn't that good. No,
but the sequel is looking a lot better. I'm really excited for the sequel. But yeah, the soundtrack was, I think, the best thing about Suicide Squad.
Well, I'm glad they're bringing back more than just Margaret Robbie. They're bringing back Flag. They're bringing back her. They're bringing back Boomerang. I don't like the fact that they got King Shark in there instead of Killer Croc. I love Killer Croc. We never get enough Killer Croc. We've never had Killer Croc in a Batman movie. And I would love to see. I know we're flying off the rails here, but I would love to see a more detective Batman, like hunting down this killer, not knowing that it's like, a human crocodile. I would love to see something like that. I would love to see like another one, like a more Jack the Ripper kind of enemy, a villain that you can't figure out who he is. He's just as smart as Batman, and he's out there doing this. I know you've got Zaz, but I'm not talking about Zaz. Just something that is on his version of a Moriarty that's not the Joker. We've got the Joker.
Yes, and we've seen the Joker so many times. It would be nice just to have a Batman full, with some of the lesser known characters. I mean, everybody know, the normies know the Joker, Catwoman, Riddler, Two-Face. Get some of these other characters, and bring them to life on screen, and have a more, like cerebral Batman, because he is clever. I mean, but besides the strength and the gadgets and everything, he is actually really clever, and you don't get to see that. It's always I know action is important, but it'd be nice to have a bit more of that, that detective side where he's figuring stuff out.
And Purple Valkyrie says, Man Bat. We need more Man Bat in our lives. Instead of Batman, the human bat. Just some kind of psychological thriller, where you've got Batman and, you could have other things going on, just no other big villain. Something going on, something that challenges his mind as a detective. I would love to see that. His version of a Moriarty. Not the egghead. No. Nope. We're not saying eggtastic. Not again. Never, never. No, I love Vincent Price, but no. And it's funny I mentioned Vincent Price because he influenced what's his name? The guy who did the 89 Batman. Tim Burton.
Yes.
Yeah, Vincent Price really influenced Tim Burton. So, yeah, and Robert Pearson, as Alfred says, you really are quite bright, sir, despite what people say.
Yeah, true. We've just not seen a lot of it on screen.
No. And I'm gonna share my screen real quick because I wanna talk to you guys about this. Let's see. Guys, DC Comics new GM Daniel Cherry may be unqualified, but at least he's woke. So as much as we get into this whole things are getting better at DC Comics, things are also getting just a tad bit worse. We recently told you that a former executive for Activision has been chosen to serve as vice president and general manager for DC. In the interview, the Hollywood Reporter announced he gives the usual knee-jerk narrative. Daniel Cherry, who hails from the world of esports, I don't know why he's getting involved in comics, has been named senior VP and general manager of DC. In the newly created position, the executive who's coming from video game behemoth Activision Blizzard, where he acted as chief marketing officer for its esports division, will head up business affairs, editorial, talent services, marketing, sales, brand, and direct-to-consumer for DC. He will also oversee business development with current senior VP business strategy, finance, and administration, and DePies. Cherry said he discovered the job of comics from his father and referenced wanting to build DC, knowing he was standing on the shoulders of like Malcolm Wheeler Nicholson, Bill Finger, Bob Kane, Neil Adams, and Harry Lambert, among other creators. While always respecting the past, I also think it's our responsibility to leverage the cultural power of the DC comic to entertain and inspire an increasingly diverse global fan base, Cherry said in a statement. Comics have the power to create unique imagery and narratives that can move the world toward a better, more inclusive version of itself. More inclusive.
Yawn.
It's my sincere hope that I'm able to contribute and help evolve the brand and its relevance for generations to come. And they say, I'm sorry, but that's only code for confirming they won't respect the past.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I see stuff like this and I'm like,
but it's so insulting, these people that work hard and know the stuff, and you just get some new guy who's got nothing to do with the genre whatsoever. Just diversity hire.
And Brown Lantern's mentor just tipped $9.99. Thank you so much, Brown Lantern's mentor. And we're going to give you a big one for that one. Score! And the Brown Lantern's mentor doesn't say anything. Guys, please leave me a message. I love to read messages. I love it when you guys send a skull and I get to read the messages. Thank you, though. Thank you so very much. You keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. Just leave a message. I love messages. I love getting to read the free Brown Lantern. Yes, Mark, I'm tired. Free Brown Lantern from the evil clutches of Mexican Iron Man. Yeah. Project Storytime Loki. If the audience is growing more diverse, then why change what's growing the brand? I don't know. Comics have always been a huge part of my life. I love DC. I absolutely love DC. And what? What? He isn't awake yet, folks. What? Loki. I can hear it now. Loki, I'm calling you. Loki, pick up your phone. Loki, what are you doing? Loki, what are you talking about? I'm not awake yet. Go back to sleep, Mexican Iron Man. We love you. We love you, brother.
You're just dreaming.
You're just dreaming. Go back to sleep. It's all a dream. Yeah, you do it because you've got a better. You've got the soothing, calming, starry voice. Go to sleep.
Yeah. I'll send you to sleep. No, that's a bad thing. I don't want to send people to sleep in the
Oh
stream.
no, yeah, wake up, everybody! Mexican Iron Man, Valhalla needs you. Valkyrie danger, Valkyrie danger. The Iron Thong took off without him. Oh shit. Oh, there's all your Valkyrie danger, and boom. Oh shit. Oh, he said something, but I can't highlight it yet because my chart's not updating. Brown Lantern is free. Okay, baby doll, going to sleep.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
And better fire L Mexican Iron Man. What did you read any comics when you were growing up?
No, I didn't really get into comics. It's only recently getting into like the MCU and becoming friends with you guys. Yeah, it's not something I know a lot about. But I know enough to know that what we're seeing on screen is a poor representation, and the comics are a lot better.
Yeah.
I've seen things. When I visited Purple Valkyrie, I'll just rub that in. She's got some wonderful comic collections, and seeing what she's got, at her house and the artwork, especially the Batman stuff. It's unbelievable, and from what I've seen, I haven't seen anything that looked that close. Maybe I know Gary says the Ben Affleck Batman's like the closest from the comics.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've not really seen anything that close yet.
Yeah,
And I'm not seeing it with the Batman trailer either.
Don't.
Yeah,
it
looks.
bad.
Even I can tell that looks awful.
He's like reeing as he's beating this guy half to death.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, y'all didn't. No, he's not supposed to be the water boy.
No. He's supposed to be a man, not a boy.
Yeah. Oh, I love Michael Keaton Batman, obviously. I liked Nolan's Batman. I liked him. I loved Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Yes.
Besides Bane, I thought they had some really good villains. I thought Bane was okay. I didn't think he was great. I know that wasn't. He did a great job with the voice.
He did. I think he did well with what he was given, but I didn't really find him that impressive.
No. And good morning, Rambling Canuck. How are you doing, brother?
Good morning. But yeah, and like the MCU, because obviously I started getting interested in Iron Man and Black Panther and Hawkeye, and I'd go. We've got a comic shop, The Forbidden Planet, and I'd go to find out about Iron Man.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh.
Forbidden Planet, the name of your comic shop is
you've got to come over to UK. It's a chain of geeky comic stores, and they sell the figures and things. But I keep forgetting that you don't know these things.
Oh man, I would love Forbidden Planet.
Yeah.
That is such a cool name for a comic shop.
It has cool stuff. Not as much as it used to. Oh, used to be full of Doctor Who merchandise, and now it's just like a shelf. But yeah, so I'd go and ask about Iron Man, and that was at the point that I realised that's when they changed everything, and Iron Man wasn't Tony Stark anymore, and I'm like, what? I don't understand. And again, that kind of put me off, and I was like, well, I want to. Yes, Chef, he did. Yeah, you ever watch Space? Logan?
No, and I love his movies, and I've never.
You'd love it. Oh, it's brilliant.
I love Shaun of the Dead. I love Hot Fuzz. I could watch Hot Fuzz on replay. Do you want to watch Bad Boys too? Oh, I love it. I love it. We're sending you out to the country, Nicholas. I love
I love all of them. You would love Space.
And good morning, DJ Odyssey. Welcome to the show. I've never seen Spaced. I've never seen Spaced. I'm gonna have to watch Space now. It's another Simon Pegg movie I didn't know about.
It's a series.
It's a series.
It's just full of geeky things. Oh, thank you, Mexican Eye Man.
Do not let him fool you. Do not let him fool you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he probably grabbed the blanket and the pillow from some poor kid. Grabbed some stuffy toy from some poor girl that came along, and they're both crying now. And he's like, I'm gonna go hang out with Starry. Oh, our Mexican Iron Man, ladies and gentlemen. Our Mexican Iron Man. I love him.
We need Laurie to keep an eye on him. Where is Laurie in the chat today?
I don't know. I haven't seen Laurie. We've got so many wonderful people here, but I haven't seen Laurie. Laurie, drinks. Maybe if we say drink 3 times, drinks, she'll just boosh. Hello, everybody. Loki. Oh, shit. And Wind Vader says Spaced is brilliant. I'm going to have to watch it.
Yes.
I'm going to have to watch it now. Later,
you have to watch it and then review it.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it and review it. Later, Josh. Congratulations, everybody.
Bye, Josh. Behave yourself.
Josh won the T-shirt from our panelists. We had a contest for the panelists that were on Saturday on our epic 11-hour live stream that got over 10,000 views. And for me, I'm just like, holy shit, we've got 1,000 subscribers and we got over 10,000 views. I'm giddy. Oh, and Abu, welcome, President. I am super jealous. You're my favorite person on the planet. Salute to you both. Thank you so much, Abu.
Oh, thank you, Abu.
A lot of love for Starry. Who could not love Starry? Who could not love?
Thank you.
I don't know. There's got to be something wrong with you if you don't love the sweet Starry-eyed girl. Keely Chow, if you're ever in my hometown of Huntsville, Alabama, come to the Deep, the local comic. That's another badass name. The Deep.
That's brilliant.
Oh, Keely Chow, Roll Tide, brother.
They do have the best names.
Yeah. The best names for a store. I don't know if I could come up with a name for a comic book store. I have to get with Gary. I heard that he could have possibly had a comic book store. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I think that's all rumor.
It's a dirty rumor. There's no truth in it whatsoever.
Rumors that come out about YouTubers. It's absolutely insane. Then Gary owned a comic shop. Oh shit. Yeah, and DJ Odyssey says, I want Starry Eyes TARDIS.
Which one? I've got about 3 of the TARDIS collection.
Back when they used to sell merch for Doctor Who.
Yeah. It's really funny because I've been shopping earlier today. It's my son's birthday this week. So I'd been shopping and I had a quick look in the Doctor Who section, and there were 2 items from the modern series. One was the Jodie sonic screwdriver that looks like a vibrator.
Oh!
And then the other one was Yaz, Ryan, and a Jadoon. And it was like in the sale out right at the on the bottom of the bottommost shelf as well, collecting dust. It's just really sad. That is it. That's Doctor Who.
Do you have any rumors about Doctor Who?
No, it's all gone a bit quiet. The only thing that we've heard is that it's been delayed till 2022. Which
really?
Yeah. Which I mean, it was going to be delayed anyway because of the virus. I was like, well, yeah, just keep it delayed, just indefinitely. Nobody wants to see it. Who's going to care in 2 years' time?
No.
Yeah, there's a Christmas special that's already been filmed with the Daleks in it, and it's going to be awful. Because they ruined the Cybermen, obviously they're going to ruin the Daleks as well. Not interested in watching it. And the only people that made it interesting, Grain and Ryan, are leaving in the Christmas special.
Really?
So it's, yeah, it's a sinking ship. And the fleet, and you know, unless she's going to regenerate at the end of the Christmas special, nobody's interested. And it's the same way with Star Trek, you know, with Discovery, with the trailer. Everyone's just like, nobody's bothered. It's not even hate anymore. It's just, meh. Nobody cares.
And Speaker of the Dead with a $4.99 super chat. You know, I always thought if you make something great, people will love it regardless of what color, sex, religion, etc. people are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I completely agree, brother. And because of that little mini rant, we're going to give you the big one. Skull! Thank you so very much, Speaker. You guys keep the lights burning bright in Valhalla. Colin P. Smith, Loki, I'm not sure anyone cares enough for there to be rumors. The BBC keeps dropping fluff pieces to try to keep some interest. That's really all. They can drop puff pieces all they want to, as long as Jodie's there. I think that's it. And she could have been good. She could have been good. It comes down to the writing and what they want her to do. If you're told this is the way I want you to be, as an actor, what do? I mean, you could look at them and be like, are you effing crazy? They're going to hate that. But if they, no, they love it, sweetheart. They love it.
They do, and they're keeping this bubble as well. So honestly, I think she's got no idea, because she's just told that she's brilliant and she's doing a good job. And they're protecting her.
Chefzilla. Oh, why am I the only one that didn't get Zodzilla? I'm feeling discriminated against. Well, brother. There you go, Chefzilla. And DJ just tipped $1. Thank you so very much, brother. And like, you do it with me, Starry. Skull!
There it is! Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And DJ Odyssey says Doctor Who is dead. It should be exterminated by a Dalek. That is cold.
It is cold, but it's unfortunately it's true. It's with everything else, you know, Star Trek, Star Wars, everything's just dead.
Have you watched? But really quick, I'll drop this in here because I watched the latest episode last night, and I was like, "What in the hell am I watching? Why did I put this on right before I go to bed?" Lower Decks.
No, because we can't get it here,
And
I couldn't be bothered to. I've got no interest in trying to get it from other means. That's how not interested I am. So that I only know like what you've said and what your panel said and what other YouTubers have said. But yeah, I've just got no interest. But yeah, I have heard about it, and I'm just.
Well, I love how one of the major defenses that they are using for the show. It's one I've seen on Twitter. It's one I've heard from people. Did you even watch the show? Yeah, I have. I've seen every episode now. I'm caught back up, and I laughed one time, and that was when the Bajoran tactical officer is like, "By the prophets." I was like, call back DS9, and that was it. I watched the new Badgie. Oh, not funny. I didn't think it was funny.
It's not funny.
A badge that rips people's arms and legs off and drowns in their blood. Okay, it's a comm badge. That's like the paperclip guy, the old Microsoft paperclip. I'm Clippy, and I'm here to help you do this. And then he freezes, and it's like loading, and you're like, yeah, I get what you guys are trying to do, but number one, it's not really that funny. Number two, any younger viewer that watches this is going to have absolutely no freaking idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
not
that's what
going to
makes
get
me laugh, because it's meant to be for not children but younger adults, and they're just not going to get it. It's
No.
only older adults. So they can't even get the audience right. They've got no idea who they're aiming for, and it isn't funny. They're just relying on member berries, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that just isn't enough. We need more than that.
No, the only time I laugh in this show should not be a throwback to Deep Space Nine. It should be every episode.
Yeah.
There's rumor and innuendo. We're gonna get John Delancey. If we get a Q episode and he turns whatever her name is, I can't even remember her name. I remember Boimler's name for some weird reason.
Yeah.
Miranda McGinnis, MacGyver. I sound like Kirk and
Mariner. Is it Mariner?
Mariner,
Something
yeah,
like that.
Mariner.
Right, some stupid name. Not a female name. Can't have a female name for a
Give her-
female character.
Lieutenant MacGyver, sir. Yes. And Shellback TJC with a $5 super chat. May the gods of fandom grant us victory over the woke agenda. Skull, thank you so much, Shellback. And yes, indeed, sir. Skull!
There it is! Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Thank you so very much, Shellback. You guys keep the lights burning bright here in Valhalla. Thank you. And Forbidden Ruin, this abomination of a show has no international distribution. I guess a VPN is the only way. Not worth it.
It really isn't.
I don't like it. And Mr. Miles, I'll say the same thing here that I said on AT's channel. Because of STD and Picard, it's going to take a very well done Trek series to bring me back, and Lower Decks is not it.
Yeah, absolutely
Okay.
right.
If your opinion is this is better than everything else, fine. I think it's shit. I think STD was shit. I think Picard is shit. Even if you wrap shit up in a pretty little bow, it's still shit. But if you like it and you're like, well, it's better than what we've gotten out of the last two series, I'm happy for you. If that's what it takes to make you happy with Star Trek, that it's better than the last two abominations we got, great. But that's not enough for me.
I would say it's the least offensive. I think it's pretty offensive from what I've heard. But then when I compare it to what happened in Picard, the character assassination of Picard and Spock and Pike. But I just want good Trek. I don't want a crappy cartoon. With real humour. I can watch Family Guy and Rick and Morty and a lot better adult animation than that.
Yeah. And Psychodorf9 with a $5 super chat. Thank you so very much, Psychodorf. Only thing I want out of Q is to erase Mikey Spock. I am completely down with that, dude. And how do we erase Mikey Spock? We put her in the middle of 2 Gojira. Skull! And we've got a $5 super chat from Abinos. I'm a big Starry-Eyed Girl fan. I don't care. I sense for her. But question, will she do more guest appearances on streams asking for a friend?
Are you asking for you, Abu? Yes, I will.
Thank you so very much, Abu, and we're gonna give you a skull, brother. Skull!
There it is! Take your hat
Thank you so much, Abu. You guys keep the lights burning bright. Hell, brother.
I
I've
love
got
you, Boo.
to get on. I've got to get on the Dark Council one night and return the favor. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, that would be so cool. Yeah. Yes, Loki, you've definitely got to do that.
But and good morning, No Budget Productions. How are you doing, Vance? How are you doing, guys? Right here, Vance from No Budget Productions. If I could get a mod to throw a link, a wrench to throw a link for No Budget Productions, please. Vance does his own films. He does his own fan films. He does his own Star Trek films. And let me tell you something.
What?
Absolutely excellent fan films. Absolutely excellent. Guys, these people put their heart and soul into a fan film.
Mm-hmm.
As the name suggests, no budget. They're working with their own budget and they're making fan films that are better than the shit CBS is coming up with. CBS has access to millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they cannot do Trek like these great men and women can do Trek. So if you have not checked out No Budget Production and Vance Major Owen, check them out. And Vance has sent $1 super chat. Thank you so very much, Vance. Guys, they've got no budget, and he's sending me a $1 super chat. Thank you, brother. That means so much to me. And we're gonna give you a big one, brother. We're gonna give you some kaiju action. Score! Thank you so very much, Vance. And he said, Loki, much love, brother. I can't stay long. I just stopped by to show support. Thank you so very much. And you got some subscribers, Vance. You got some subscribers, brother. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I will definitely subscribe. But this is it, the fans, they have the passion for this, and they know the franchise, they know the characters, they know what kind of stories to tell, they know Trek and Kurtzman Trek. Nobody understands, and if they do, they just don't respect it, or they think they know better.
That's right. And Abu Nas says, yes, sir, going to be putting things in the works. If not the Dark Council, then I'm going to still get you on my channel regardless. So stay tuned. I will, brother. I will. Thank you, Abu. And Vance Major, thanks. I'll stop by more often. Anytime, brother. You're always welcome. You're always welcome. Got to get you back on the show, dude. We'll talk some fan films. I love that. I would love that. Getting to talk about great Trek. I dropped the review for Lower Decks because I don't want to hear myself come in every week and say the exact same thing. It's unfunny. It's not creative. The art style, I love the special effects, the ship, the way they did the ship. I love the way they did the ship, but in the cars, there's like technical things that are like, okay, well, you at least kind of know what you're doing there. The fact they brought Okuda in, that's some old love for people that used to work on Star Trek. I'll give them that, but everything else is just it's horrible. I don't. Are you gonna be guesting anywhere else? How long has it been since you've been on Nerdrotic?
Oh, it's been quite a while, but the thing is that it's kind of like Doctor Who's my speciality, and there's not really much to talk about unless he's going to do a past Doctor Who, which he might do. But I mean, I'm open to going back on. I'm a lot easier to get hold of now. Now the kids are back at school, I've got more time. I know I'm doing some things with Dan, with the Space Book and Type Photo. I've got some things planned with the lovely Valkyries. So yeah, I've got a few things coming up.
You got stuff going on in the cooker. That's good.
I have. I'm getting back in there. And I might actually set up my channel and start looking into that.
Yes, the Starry channel.
Because I've started it. I've got a name and I've got some subscribers. I've got 200 subscribers and I haven't done anything. So I feel like I owe it. I owe it to these lovely people who have subbed.
And Mr. Miles, who says, I'd give you money, but I'd like to eat through them on tough times. Brother, I completely understand, brother. I did almost 2 months eating nothing but ramen once. And believe me, you come up with some pretty damn inventive ways to make ramen when that's all you've got. You start thinking, okay, I'm gonna throw a little cheese in, I'm gonna throw a little bacon in, dude, I completely understand. Thank you for being here, brother. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, just being here and showing your support and liking the channel. I mean, that's that's the most important thing.
Yes, that is the most important thing. Every watch, every click, every time someone comes in here and sits down, it's like, holy shit, a morning show. Thank you. Thank you. I never imagined that we would get this far. I never imagined that we would be rolling a year later after I just started doing uploads. I've just been doing live streams since January. So a year in, after I started doing uploads, and I did reviews for the Joker, for Joker and for other movies and pop culture news. And I'm finally like, you know what? I'm pretty much doing all of this on the fly anyway. So what would be that big of a difference between just talking on an upload and doing it live? I can't go back and rewind and undo something I said. That's pretty much the only thing. The only difference is if I fuck up, I can't go back and undo it. Like dropping F-bombs and raging against bullshit woke culture.
Yeah, but that's just why we love you, Loki. We love it when you mess up anyway.
Thank you so much. Sorry, thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me on. And just to bring it back round to Freddie Mercury, I don't know if you noticed, but for the promotion for The Boys, they've been playing Mr. Bad Guy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if that's just a general, advert or whether that's meant to be like for Homelander. But yeah, I picked up on that the other day and I'm like, oh, let's see what you did there.
Ah. No, I had not noticed. I've watched the first 3 episodes. And there was all that noise about what she did at the end of episode 3. I won't ruin it for anybody. Yeah. But there was like interviews and I'm like, really?
I seriously think like they missed the part. It wasn't what she said, it was what she did before that.
Yeah, it was what she did. It was what she did before that. It wasn't what she said that was like, holy shit. It was what she did before that. The whole building. Yeah. But thank you. Thank you so much for being on here. And you've got to come on here again. You know you do. Everybody out there knows you do. Push. 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 2 pushes out of chef. Purple Valkyrie. Push.
I can't do it as good as Purple. She's a lot better. Yes, I'm very posh.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And Purple Valkyrie loves it too. She's just cracking up. Whatever you guys do not make her spit juice all over her laptop.
That was so funny. I just love all these little things. Sammy's got a snort. Purple's got the best Sharon, the best Aussie impression.
Sharon!
Oh, bless her. And I've got Porsche.
I remember the first episode of that I watched, and they're setting up a concert for Ozzy, and they're showing him the special effects. This was in the first season, and they've got bubbles floating around the stage. He's like, fucking bubbles? I'm the prince of fucking darkness, and you got bubbles? I'm like, oh my God, I love Ozzy. I love Ozzy. Oh, I love it. I love it. So, guys, we're going to close it down here. I do not have an outro today because I am in mid. I'm working on it. I'm going to work on the channel memberships today and get you guys a new outro, a brand new outro. So I'm going to leave you with some Kratos. Again, Starry-Eyed Girl, thank you so very much for being here. Chat, thank you so very much for hanging out with us over the past hour and chilling and hanging out with the wonderful, beautiful Starry-Eyed Girl. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for being here today.
Well, thank you. And thank you, chat. I love you all.
And we will catch you guys tomorrow. I'm not doing anything tonight. Peace.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.